Today's episode is brought to you by Gray Block Pizza. Gray Block. For when you need pizza, they got it. You know, sometimes you need to have a skill and you don't have time to go to college. Dude, how long does it take to go to college? 4 years, and you probably have to knock a chick up? Oh, that's hectic. Now there's something called Skillshare. It's basically a place. It's a learning platform, actually. It's not a place. And it has over 20,000 classes in business, social media, design, technology, marketing. You can take all those classes right there on Skillshare. So whether you're trying to, get deeper into your already real crevassy skill set, or whether you're just trying to learn something new, Skillshare has it. Think about something you can't do right now. And suddenly you can. And that's what Skillshare does for you. So join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today with a special offer just for our TPW listeners. Get 2 months of Skillshare for just 99 cents. That's right, Skillshare is offering TPW listeners 2 months of unlimited access to over 20,000 classes for just 99 cents. Go to Skillshare.com/Theo, Theo. That is Skillshare.com/Theo. Man, what gets me is I'll get in my email and I'll be just trying to respond to something, maybe my aunt sent me a picture or something, or if, she always takes pictures the wrong way at birthday parties, right in with the window in the background, so all the sunlight is there and it's not even cool pictures she sends. And but those are still emails that I want to reply to. A lot of other emails I get are all types of Groupons from Russia, things like that. People want me to invest in, glitter mining, all type of shady stuff. But now you can get rid of all those crazy emails in your inbox, and that is with the SaneBox. SaneBox, so you respond to only the important things and the messages that truly matter. SaneBox features the Sane black hole, where you can drag messages from annoying senders that you never want to hear from again, ever again. Uncle Gerald showing me pictures of those ice cream pops. Boy, you being wild. Never again. See how SaneBox can magically remove distractions from your inbox with a free 2-week trial. Visit SaneBox, SaneBox.com/Theo today for your free trial and receive a $25 credit. That's SaneBox.com/Theo. And when I think of SaneBox, I don't think of my ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Today's guest is a man who actually, that book, Van Wilder, was based on this man. And he is, when you think about a man, I bet if you just crack this bad little piece of human cattle open, I bet his colon smells like Miller Lights. And he's a special kind of man. And he's a family man. He's a comedian. He's done some really wild stuff in his day. And he was once voted the #1 party human in America as a child, as a semi-adult child. And he's not an alcoholic, but he's, I probably shouldn't have said that part of this. But he has a new special coming out on Netflix called Secret Time. And he's here today, my friend, Mr. Bert Kreischer. Bert?
I've done this a lot in my life. I was thinking about this in bed last night. I take liberties with people that I think I know.
Right.
And I make a joke, and they're like, and because I'm not a ball buster, I'm like a just hangout guy. I think people think I don't like them. And I go, no, I fucking love you. I just thought, like, you break my balls, I can break yours. And so that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Whitney Cummings was in here and we were talking.
I had the same thing happen with Whitney. I had the exact, I did this thing where I just was breaking balls I didn't know, and I put it gets me so upset because I go I'm like, I like you, you're my friend, like I'm doing this for fun, but we went to a Rams game, and if you do hashtag Mob Squad, your picture goes up on the thing, Jumbotron. Yeah. And so
I remember this, and you got on the Jumbotron.
I got on the Jumbotron. I'm all over the Jumbotron. Yeah. Whenever you go to that game, I'm like the first 9 pictures because it's the most likes get up on the Jumbotron. Ooh. Yeah, there's one of me with a bunch of chicks, and I got the machine on my shirt. I'm pointing to that. Dude, yeah. And so as a joke, I'm with my buddy Tony, and we're fucked up. And I'm flipping on Instagram to see if I'm up on the Jumbotron, and there's a picture of Whitney with her horse. And my buddy goes, oh my God, wouldn't it be fucking hilarious? Just screen grab it, post as if it's on your account, hashtag Mob Squad, and it'll go up on the Jumbotron.
Wow.
And so I do it. It goes up on the Jumbotron, and just the row behind her, someone goes, who the fuck brought their horse to a game? And we're laughing hysterically. And then, Whitney it's just out of context. And she's like, the fuck, is he making fun of me?
Right.
And I'm like, no, you're my friend. Oh my God. Then you feel horrible, and you're like, I just want to call you and go, because the text doesn't work the way.
Right.
But yeah, I do that to everyone.
Did
and I do it to Bill Burr. These are the ones I do it to where it's a total safe place. And maybe I should just stay there. Segura, Bill Burr, Rogan, Ari, Joey. Even with Joey, you got to be a little careful because Joey's not the most technologically all over the map guy.
Right.
So if he just hears word of mouth, Bert was shitting on you, he'll call you immediately.
Yeah.
But like Joe, man, we fuck with Joe hard as shit on that
hilarious.
Sober October thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he was doing, I remember he came into the comedy store once and he seemed kind of like upset. I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I've had to do yoga for 30 days in a row,
dude,
and I'm about to
let me tell you something about fucking Rogan. And by the way, just because of these internet goddamn trolls, I love Joe Rogan. He's one of my closest friends. But man, when we started doing that Sober October thing, this is how it went down. Okay, It was all about me. Everyone's gonna do it, but then Ari and Tom said they'd be into it. And we thought it was a thing, a collective with Joe. So I cut this video, and in the video, it's me running through the forest, and I go, this October, me and my friends, Two Titty Tom, Ari the Welch Shafir, and Powerful Joe Rogan will all be going sober. I send it to Joe before I post it, and I go, hey, just making sure everyone's cool with this. Joe doesn't reply, right? And so we're like,
so you took that as a yeah?
No. Oh. So Segura and Tom and I are like, Segura and Ari and I are like, wait, no reply from Joe. How? And then Ari's like, wait, Joe's doing it, right? So he sends a text. And Joe's like, no, fuck you guys. I don't have a problem. You guys fucking suck. You guys are doing it. And then Ari mounts a fucking attack campaign. and he texts us independently. He goes, yo, I'm taking down Joe. You are with me. Now, Segura is such a fucking cuck. Even when we fucking write, Ari's like, I'm going to post a video. I want your comments to be the first 2 comments on Instagram. And we're going to workshop them so they're aggressive enough that Joe has to reply.
Right.
So I write mine. I guess I really don't have a problem. Joe's got the problem. He can't give up marijuana. Whatever I said, he needs it to eat his dinner. If you need marijuana to eat your dinner, you've got a problem. And then Segura writes his, and Segura is such a fucking bitch. He's like, Powerful Joe Rogan doesn't need to give up anything. He's the greatest human being in the world. Whatever the fuck he said, it was like that, right?
Right.
Ari and I were like, no, fuck you. We're writing yours.
Yeah.
And you're cutting, pasting it. You're not leaving us out to dry.
Right.
So I wrote Tom's, sent it to Ari, and it was with the hashtag Pray for Joe.
Wow.
And that Pray for Joe went fucking viral. Like, it's on the end of my special.
Yeah.
On the end of my special, they're like, who would you want to thank? And I wrote, I want to thank Two Titty Tom, the Welch, and hashtag Pray for Joe.
And the crazy thing was, if you go to hashtag Pray for Joe, there's also tons of like people that have been hit by cars named Joe and stuff like that who are in all these like hospital beds and everything.
And then there's Joe Rogan with a joint in his mouth, like the Dalai Lama.
So it's a really wild. You can get really caught up in there. I went to the Pray for Joe hashtag one time and ended up spending like probably almost $2,000 in GoFundMe campaigns. Dude, I can't even. I don't even know what to. I don't know if I should blame that on you or what I should do.
I'm telling you, man. And I think one of the things people enjoy about that Sober October and about these bets that me and Joe and Ari and Tom make is that it sets up the joke for them to join along, and they can make fun of the comics they love, like Joe or Tom or Ari or even myself. Mm-hmm. And they know that we get it, that we know it's a joke,
right? And
they make us laugh. And then we repost good ones, and people are like, there are people come up at meet and greets, be like, bro, do you remember the picture where Joe was up front and you and Ari were in Vietnam and it was Apocalypse Now? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, I made that. And you're
That's
like,
cool.
Oh shit, dude. And we follow a lot of those guys like Photoshop Steve.
There's some great guys.
There's a lot of really great artists out there that we all just got into because they make awesome fucking Photoshops. Dude, Diabrax. There's a couple. I follow them all because whatever they post, the ones with Dalia, the guys that fuck with Dalia make me laugh hysterically.
Oh, dude, when I go on the road and I get videos with stuff with people, it's always like fuck Dalia, all of them. Fuck Dalia, fuck Rappaport.
He's someone.
Well, he lost his belt to me. They have a belt right here that I won.
Wait, how do I get the belt?
You have to win it. Okay. And you didn't win it.
But how do I win it?
I don't know.
So it's Fighter and the Kid. I'm going on Fighter and the Kid in like a couple weeks. I talked to Brian and
okay, so you have a
Brennan.
chance.
So what? Yeah. So what do I need?
So
like,
then
what
the
did you
listeners
do?
then just vote, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. I didn't do any campaigning, so there was just like that was the thing. It was like you let their listeners vote, and I felt like their listeners just voted, and I beat Chris D'Elia by like. This was last year by like 31% to 30% or something. Hinchcliffe had 1%, even though
Hinchcliffe had one. I bet he campaigned like a motherfucker.
He also has, I feel like he has cystic fibrosis, but he just manages it really well. You notice that about
Dude,
Hinchcliffe?
I got to be honest with you. If someone can get this up, I know this, I'm the only one that sees this. Tony Hinchcliffe today looks like Joe Rogan in 1991.
No, get the fuck
I
out of
swear
here.
to fucking God. There's a picture where Joe is in a leather jacket and he's off to the side and he's like this, and their jaw lines, this jaw part is identical.
Really?
This is pre-kettlebell Joe.
Wow.
Tony Hinchcliffe could go as Joe Rogan for Halloween. I bet. A young Joe Rogan from News Radio.
I mean,
I don't know. Even then, Joe is getting a little yoked, but
Tony has like Tony has like somebody who was trapped in like a mine or something and finally made it out. Like, but years later, and everybody like they thought everybody had died in there or whatever. And they built a neighborhood on the mine and everything, and it's all over. And the news even forgot about it. And then Tony comes out like he had to climb from like a million, like literally he had to rock climb from 1,000,000 feet down.
Like he's the first of the Thai soccer team kids to come out.
Yeah.
He's the big one.
Yeah.
Dude, Tony's got that little brother strength where you go into the house and you think you're like, oh, I'm bigger than I'm gonna fuck him up, and then you go and fuck with the little brother, but he's been being punched so much by the big kids that all of a sudden he's like, fucking to the nuts, gong, and you're like, oh my God, your little brother doesn't fight fair.
Tony has a look, if you look at him, dude, Tony fucking roasted me the other day, so he's getting this back right now, where he looks like he's holding the devil in his mouth. Sometimes if you look at him, he's like this. Like the devil is living right on it. Like the devil is resting on his tongue, and he knows it's in there, and he doesn't want to show it to you, you know?
Oh. Imagine the feeling when we text each other and you just don't hear back from someone. Yeah. And you're like, dude, did I fucking piss them off? Should I send another text? And then you send one more text, you don't hear anything.
Should I send flowers? Should I send fruit? Should I send Harry and David? Dude, my freaking uncle got a piss. They sent him Harry and David. He thought it was gay fruits from a gay man's farm.
For real?
Yeah, and honestly, I looked it up. It might be. It's pears. They're good. Dude, you don't think straight men could grow these kind of pears? Have you ever had them?
No.
Harry and David, dude.
I thought Harry and David's was cookies. Pears. They just make pears?
I mean, I guess if you're Bert Kreischer, you only fucking get the cookies delivered.
I just eat the cookies. I got the Harry and David cookies.
They started as a fruit farm, bro.
And they make cookies. That's what
only Bert knows that they're Harry and David. Have you also had the apples from Oreo? You ever heard of Oreo Nabisco, the apple company?
Shut the fuck up. Dude, when I was in college, we had this dude that worked for Nabisco. His name was Cuz. And he would show up with all the destroyed products from it. And it was just cases of Nutter Butters. Like I got to the point where I got such an aficionado. I would take the Nutter Butters and I'd put them in a cabinet and let them get stale. There's nothing better than stale Nutter Butter.
Yeah. Because they're soft.
Dude.
Yeah. It's almost like a brownie.
I would take Nutter Butters and I would dip them in melted chocolate, right? But I'd leave just enough area space so that I open so I could soak them in milk. So it was almost like a soft milk cookie inside chocolate.
Dude, we had this dude in our neighborhood named this dude Mert. Everybody called him Dirty Mert, right?
Oh, let's do this. Let's go neighborhood for neighborhood about white trash motherfuckers. Oh, come on, dude. This will be fun as fuck.
Well, I'll start with myself then. But I'll go Dirty Mert. Dude, this dude, Dirty Mert, so he would get Nutter Butters and different types of cookies, right? He would let them get, to the point, some of them crumble. Now, some of them, if they're really not a good cookie, like sometimes a chocolate chip cookie will get bad, and then it'll fall apart. And you're like, that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's a fucking piece of shit that doesn't even have that has nothing in it, really.
You can't do that with the really, like the soft batch ones. You got to eat them right away.
Right.
Like Nabisco, the Chips Ahoy, I mean...
It's middle ground.
Middle ground, but man.
But sometimes you get one, but here's what you do. If you go all the way around, this dude Mert would he would let them get soft and then let them ride the empty, just ride the empty tank all the way back to fucking hard. And you were like, wow,
I've never
bro.
gone that far.
And they were different color then.
I've never.
And then they
that
had gone
far.
a different color. They'd gone down the color scale, and they were called these fucking dirty Merts. And this dude would have a whole sack of them, and he'd fucking give them out, and we ate them anyway, bruh. We knew how long they'd been out and about and wherever. He used to leave a fucking row. I remember this now. He had a Buick, like some type of a Buick or a Crown Vic or something. He would leave them like in the fucking heat on the back of his fucking car.
Almost like he's. Oh my god! You know my wife's family. That's how they used to cure meats. They put them. They had I swear to God, they put meats in a car.
It's no wonder this is your wife then.
No, my wife's family is really fucking redneck. Like,
wow.
Discipline your dog with a shovel redneck.
Oh, yeah.
Like the kind that you're like, hey, you're not allowed to hit dogs anymore. And they're like, huh? How you going to learn them? They would put meat and fruits inside a old beat up. Like, they definitely have cars everywhere in their front yard and backyards.
Right.
There are cars everywhere. Her father, I'm not even joking, on his property, he may have 150 broken down cars, boats. He collects outboard motors, and he's got a storage shed of all the shit from when she was a kid, just on his property. But they used to put fruits and meats inside the cars in the summer and let them dry out that way.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That's redneck right there.
That's fucking beautiful, dude. A little bit of that fucking back deck jerky, boy.
Oh, and then like whenever you go to like a family reunion, they'd have Cool Whip containers. Was how you did. Instead of like nice
the dishes, these Cool Whip containers that you
Cool
put it
Whip
in
container, and you're like, oh, your mashed potatoes are in a Cool Whip container.
I know, and grandma and one of the grandmas would be like, I know, ain't they cool?
Dude, the first time I ate dinner, I ate at their house. This is okay.
So what made you want to be in your wife? Were you guys just fucking out of the gate, or like what was the whole deal there?
Yeah, no, my wife was,
because your wife's a beautiful lady too, man.
She's-
I've spent time with her. She's very sweet.
She's great. She's great. I started.
She didn't get a real short haircut, did she?
No.
Okay, good. And that's something that doesn't. Because a lot of couples start to look the same as they get older, and if they're still fucking, then you gotta. That to me is something else is going on.
No,
It's like they're just trying to make one person as hard as they can.
I had sex with a girl. I dated this girl in college who cut her all her hair, got a pixie haircut, and we're having sex. And as we're fucking, I'm drunk, right? As we're fucking, I went, "It's like fucking a dude," and then I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Whoa, yeah.
Like immediately, I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I met LeAnn. And we dated for a little bit. I didn't want to put a label on it. And then she dumped me. And then when she dumped me, I fought to get her back. I made her a mixtape. I did everything.
What else did you do? Everything.
Oh, dude,
What do you mean honestly?
I was
cried.
I was crying in the car, driving down La Brea.
That's my first
crying
thing I
in the
do.
car.
Yeah. They're like, "Did you buy me flowers?" No, I'm fucking crying.
Yeah.
Okay, I made salt water with my eyes.
I went to an AA meeting. I did everything.
Yeah.
I did everything. I went to an AA meeting, dude. I go to this AA meeting and they're like, and I'm with this guy. I guess I shouldn't say his name, but he's like, you should stand up and talk. And I was like, I was just lost, man. I wanted this chick back.
Wow, what did you say? This is great because I go to AA meetings. So what did you say?
So they go,
I love that.
so he's like, all right. I go, well, I don't know if I feel comfortable talking. I haven't really made any decisions about what I'm doing with my life. I'm just trying to like get this chick back and see if I have a problem. Because the reason we broke up is I gotten drunk at a dinner party and I just argued with her friend and I wouldn't let it go. And so
I could see that.
And so he goes, yeah, just talk. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk. And part of me as a comic, I'm like, yeah, I got to get up and say, I'm in a little stage time isn't bad. Guy in front of me goes,
little stage time. I love it though.
I go to stand up, right? And then the guy in front of me stands up and he goes, do you mind if I go? And I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. He stands up and he goes, hi, my name's Dave or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic. And everyone's like, hi, Dave. He's like, it's been a rough day. Oh, this morning, my landlord came over and I sucked his dick and then I lit his car on fire.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I can't follow that.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't.
You have to let somebody else go and then go.
I can't go right after that. I'm going to fucking eat a bullet up here for the next guy.
You're like, this is the Chris D'Elia of AA meetings right
So
here.
I didn't say anything. I didn't get up.
Wow.
And I left and I was like, I don't know if that's for me. And then like the next day, I went on a jog down Outpost. I came running down Outpost onto Franklin. I live right over by Hollywood and Highland. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong.
Oh,
with
you were
me.
out here when you met your lady.
Oh yeah. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I was like, I really don't feel like I have a drinking problem. I really don't feel like by going, I need to stay sober for a while and get my head straight if I'm going to be single. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my life. And I had a moment that I spoke to God, and God said, if you want her back, you just got to promise that she's the one and you won't fuck it up. I swear to God, I spoke to God. And I was
believe you.
And I was like, I'll never fuck this up. Just give her to me and I will never fuck it up. I'll marry her and this will be my chick. This is the one for me. He's like, I remember him saying in my head to me, remember what you just said. I got home and she was in my bedroom on my bed and she was in a sundress and she goes, I think we need to figure out how to work this out.
What was she doing in there?
She had just gone to church. She'd gone to a church down in Compton because she's Baptist and she couldn't find one up here. And she'd gone to a church in Compton and in church, someone had said to her in her head, you need to get this guy. This guy's a good guy. He needs a second chance.
Wow.
And so then we hung out. We had a great time. Didn't party for like 6 months. Didn't drink for like 6 months. And then one day we're in Italy. It's New Year's Eve and it's snowing. We're in Venice. It just starts snowing.
I'd fuck you there. That sounds beautiful.
And I said to her, I said, I got to be honest with you. This is when I want to drink. Is like it's snowing. We're in St. Mark's.
You hadn't drank for 6 months.
6 months I didn't drink, and I didn't have that's the other problem is I don't have a problem quitting drinking. Like I almost have a problem starting up again.
Right.
And so like I go, I just feel like I want to drink, and she goes, honey, I don't think you have a drinking problem. Have a drink.
Wow.
And we split a bottle of wine, went out in the snow in St. Mark's. It was empty. It was fucking empty. It was like the day after New Year's Eve.
Wow.
Town is shut down. And it was fucking gorgeous.
Who's St. Mark's?
St. Mark's is a big square in Venice.
Oh, okay.
It's like just huge. And it was just starting to snow. It was like perfect snow everywhere. Oh, it was fucking great. And so, yeah, I've been with her ever since. But then she got nervous because she's like, okay, I got to introduce you to my family. First thing she said was, my dad lives in a convenience store.
Okay.
And I was like,
A CS, they call them.
I go, okay. And she's like, I just want you to know, like, like my family's from very humble means.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Well, man, sure enough, it's called Kemp's Corner. And it was in Bowdoin, Georgia. And we pulled up.
Bowdoin, Bowdoin?
No, Bowden.
Wow.
And walk into a convenience store with all your luggage, right? Like how fucking weird. You walk into like a convenience store with all your luggage and then walk into the back and put it in the back. And we hung out there, went out to eat, came back, and he closes the convenience store. And we're sleeping in the freezer, right? Pitch black, no windows, ice cold. I love it. It's like a cave.
Yeah.
And in the middle of and like right before bed, he's like, did you guys want anything, like a snack before bed? And I was like, yeah. You just walk into a convenience store. I got like a fucking 40. I got a Snickers bar. I got some Reese's peanut butter cups. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I sat in a convenience store in my underwear, just murdering food. I was like, I think I love you. I think I need to marry you. I'm going to get you pregnant first. You're a redneck. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And that's
Semen first, dude.
Dude, you got to see if that fucking chick will play. I can't take her to the game not knowing if she can pitch.
Yeah. And when did you guys start making love, or you'd already been making love?
No, we'd already been making, yeah, we had sex probably like 5 dates in. This is back during Sex in the City. Do you remember that Sex in the City run where all guys thought all girls were whores?
I remember thinking that, though, just even looking on Instagram. So
there was a period where women were like, and I think it's still there, but like Sex in the City came out and women were like, yeah, I like to fuck. And,
I could see that. It's like now we're in control of our own pussies.
And that scared the shit out of me because I've only had sex with 6 people. Women. Right. Why am I saying people? Women.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Adult women, too.
Adult women.
Are all the women you ever had sex with over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, even my first one when I was 17 was 18.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Play
she was
up,
older
baby.
than me. She was a senior. I was a junior.
Play up, dude.
Yeah.
JV, dude, getting up in the bigs, huh?
Yeah. And I dated a chick younger than me when I was 18, and I never fucked her because this is going to sound so creepy that I would have this wherewithal, but even then I just didn't think it was right because I was like, she's younger than me, she was like a junior, I was a senior, I was 18, she's probably 16, maybe 17, and I was like, I'm going to college and I don't think that's right to do to someone is take their virginity and just fucking
and then
bounce.
Just jet.
Yeah, that's not cool. And I never had sex with her.
Wow.
Yep. Shout out to Jen Bethay.
Jen Bethay, huh? What if she showed up now? Do you think your wife would give you a pass?
No, she's married to a guy that I fucking really respect, but no, she's smoking.
And what if something happened to him?
Jen Bethay is gorgeous to this day.
What if something happened to that guy?
If something happened to both our wives, and me and her ended up, like, say we're all on like a cruise, right? And it's like the end of Infinity Wars, like half the people just die.
Yeah.
And it's me and Jen. I still wouldn't. I don't know. She's complicated. I love her. She's like one of my close friends, but she's just a complicated person.
She is?
Yeah, she can work you into a spiral.
Oh.
She's great though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I know her too well. I've known her for almost like a little sister my whole life now. Because after that,
Dude,
she went to Florida State. Then she moved out to LA. She was a stylist for a while.
Really?
Yeah, she's great.
And you saw her again, and you got.
I've known-
but at that
yeah, she's
time
one
you
of
were
my-
dating your lady. You were with your lady.
Yeah, I've known her when I was dating my chick. I've known her. She's dated a couple of my friends. I love her, but like I could, man. She's way too much.
Have you and your wife ever thought about like doing swinging or anything like that?
Oh, not even remotely. LeAnn,
Really?
That's so not LeAnn. LeAnn barely wants to fuck me.
Yeah.
Let alone other people.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
I think she's got a crush on you though.
Really?
Yeah, she loves you, man. She
She's a sweet
loves
lady.
you. She took a shine to you and Schumer were the two people she really liked.
Well, let's talk about Reality Bites Back, because that's where you and I first met each other, which is kind of crazy. Like, some people don't even know about this show, and I don't know if we could put clips of it into this episode without it getting taken down.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, if you could find the clip of me getting kicked off of Reality Bites Back.
Yeah.
Do you remember
With
that?
Greg Louganis, dude?
Greg and Michael Ian Black?
Yeah.
Do you remember how I got kicked off?
I remember you did like somebody said you did like a DNA, like a broke chain like an HIV kind of DNA dance on a desk.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, it was a reality show within a reality show. I don't know where you can find it. If you can find this clip,
I have all the videos at home.
please send it to me. I would, and I'm going to make it sound ridiculous. This is exactly what it is. So it's me, Mo Mandel, and Amy Schumer on the final table. I have been hitting on Greg Louganis the whole time as a joke. I thought it was like,
And he was handsome. I mean, this is back
can
when...
I tell you, by the way, can I stop and put a pin in this? Your dive in the wheelchair as your
Amelia
salute
Earhart.
to Amelia Earhart was the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Thanks, man.
I'll describe it for anyone who can't see it. Theo does this like song to the judges about Amelia Earhart. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Gets in the wheelchair. Someone rolled you off, correct? Someone rolls him off, and he falls, I think 20 feet onto his stomach.
Yeah.
With, I think, wings attached to your wheelchair, and knocks the wind out of him legit.
Yep.
Pops up like, and we are all like,
Full Amelia Earhart. Like,
full
totally
Amelia
just-
Earhart. And everyone's like 10, 10, 10. It was fucking amazing. And then Mo Mandel,
So ridiculous. Oh, yeah,
Mo did Mo's dance, Mo's dive. The whole thing was So You Think You Could Dive. It's a mix up of So You Think You Could Dance and a diving competition.
Yeah.
Mo Mandel's was making fun of the time when Greg hit his head. And I even think he said, "There's AIDS in the pool" or something.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh man, I'm gonna jump in the pool. I hope I don't get any AIDS on me or something."
Yeah.
Then he jumps and almost hits the diving board accidentally.
Almost hits his fucking head for real.
Unbelievable, and he did not plan on doing that at all. I literally came half-inch from hitting his head on the diving board.
Yeah. And I don't remember what Amy's dive was, but it was inconsequential.
Yeah.
And mine was...
Everybody else had already kind of fucked. There were so many outliers that Amy
Yeah.
almost just had to play right in the middle.
Yeah, and Chris Fairbanks did a double flip.
Yeah, and nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Get this fucking guy out of here." But it was like so many people had made so many poor choices.
Oh. And then the whole thing is then that it turns into the boardroom with Donald Trump, whatever that show is, The Apprentice.
Yeah, The Apprentice.
So they bring us into the inn. They bring me, Amy, and Mo in, and it's Greg Louganis and Michael Ian Black. And he real quick cruises through Mo and Amy. He's like, "Mo, your dive was a little offensive. Amy, it was inconsequential. Bert, I understand you're married." And I went, "I am." And he goes, "With children?" And I said, "I am." And he goes, "You're not a gay man." And I went, "No." And he was like, "Do you realize how offensive it is to hit on a gay man and lead him on and make him think you were gay?" Because I was legit hitting on Greg Louganis the whole fucking episode.
Like even low key hitting on him.
Even when the cameras were off, I was flirting with him.
Wow.
Thinking like, if he thinks, whatever.
Right. If he thinks I might be able to fuck, he might give me an extra,
Yeah, and he was like, and I think it was edited out, but I think of the thing, I go, "Greg, you have AIDS. You think I was hitting on you?" And he was like, "You're fired." And he just gets up and leaves. And Amy and Mo are like, "Oh my God." They're like, "What the fuck did we just witness?" And then they're like, Mo and Amy are dismissed. And they get up and they walk out. And then Michael Ian Black goes, "Bert, you've made a lot of bad life decisions." By the way, Michael Ian Black's not even joking at this point.
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Your body, your hair, your facial hair." Like he's picking me apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And by the way, no joke, I am humiliated at this moment because I had driven all of us down. Remember? I drove us all down. And in the car ride down, Amy said, "Oh my God, what if one of us gets kicked off? How awkward would the drive back be?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I got to drive everyone fucking home." And so he goes, Michael Ian Black's like, oh, I'm gonna need your trunks, your suit, and I was like, okay. And so I get up and I'm just embarrassed and I'm trying to make it funny and I don't know how to. So I knock over each of the chairs and he goes, what are you doing? And I said, I make big exits, Michael. And he was like, no, there's no music playing in this. Okay.
And Michael Ian Black's, yeah, I mean, he's really talented, kind of a pussy though.
But he's really straight.
Yes.
His whole thing was like straight man.
Yeah, always.
And I take my robe off and then I take my trunks off and I'm naked. And he's like,
wow.
He's like,
and he might be homoerotic.
He's not even joking at this moment. He's like, I wouldn't do that. And by the way, there's a 30-person film crew there filming this. I get on the table and I put my feet on the back of his chair and I start pulling his face into my junk. And he's like, no. He's like, I go, look at it, Michael. And he goes, I'm afraid I'll turn to stone. I go, part of you will.
Yeah.
And then out of and by the way, I'm not getting a laugh. It is awkward. It is uncomfortable at this moment. And I look at him. And in a last-ditch effort, I kick and I do a backspin naked, and I stick it on the table, and I look at him, and fucking thank you, Michael Ian Black breaks character and starts laughing hysterically, and the whole set starts laughing, and I walk off. Now, my daughters were in preschool at the time, and I had only been bragging, I will be on Comedy Central, and I know now, as I'm driving you guys back, that's all these parents will see is me naked face fucking Michael Ian Black.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I tell my wife.
How many of the dads will be jealous, probably?
I tell my wife when I get home, she goes, how did today go? And I said, I think I might have just ruined my career. And she was like, really? And so I didn't think about it until the episode aired. And then Amy called me the day it aired. I was in Pittsburgh.
Wow. What did she say?
She goes, I just watched the episode where you got kicked off. It is fucking hilarious. You have nothing to be worried about. It is fucking hysterical. She's like, highlighted the show. And I was like, oh, thank God.
It was funny.
And it was funny. And then it disappeared. No one ever
did he really have AIDS, Greg Louganis? Because he...
Yeah, I think it's HIV positive. I don't think it's
HIV
AIDS.
positive.
HIV positive, yeah.
Do you think you could beat AIDS? What's a disease you could beat? Name 3 diseases you could beat, honestly.
Crohn's.
No way.
I think so.
You couldn't beat Crohn's. Can you bring up Crohn's, what it is?
It's just your stomach hurts a little bit.
Yeah, dude. If you're talking about a guy who just was fucking somebody in a deep freezer eating a fucking Snicker and a 40.
No. So you're talking about beating a disease. So you're talking about me getting it and going, I can lick this disease. Yeah, I could beat Crohn's.
Ooh, it's right around the butt.
It's like irritable bowel syndrome almost.
Yeah, dude. No.
Yeah, I can beat Crohn's.
Okay.
I can beat Crohn's. And by the way, I'm not to be flippant if you have Crohn's and you're like, you have no idea the hell I live in.
No.
Obviously, we're fucking around, everybody. But I'm not joking. I changed my lifestyle. I stopped drinking, started eating healthy, smoking pot every day. I think I can manage Crohn's. I think I can manage Crohn's.
Yeah, you just did a triathlon, didn't you?
Just did a triathlon, yeah. Here's the thing. Once I get a disease, all I got to do, clean my lifestyle up, and I think I can deal with it.
Okay, 2 other diseases you think you could beat?
What's something with your eyes?
Optimization.
I could definitely optimize.
What is that?
I think that's just a word.
This is getting better.
Yeah. I could beat the gout easy.
Yeah, gout's easy. That's just shrimp. Too much shrimp and fucking not enough elbow movement. But it affects millions across the South. I grew up in the gout belt, dude. Everybody had gout.
Everyone's got gout back in Tampa,
dude.
Red wine and fucking
shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp.
Dude,
oh yeah, you got it bad. Your people got it bad,
yeah, bro. Oh, half my fucking family looks like crustaceans, dude. He's like, is that a barnacle on your back? And like, nah, I fucking had a salty salad a couple years ago, and it's never been the same. It's crazy how salt just will get stuck in your body,
dude. When no joke, when I get my heaviest is like when I'm on the road doing if I do a theater run, I kind of balloon up because I'm flying and partying every day. Like fly, perform, party, and that's when I balloon up. And I'll come home and I'll be like 240, and then I'll eat healthy for 2 days, and I'll drop 15 pounds immediately of just water weight. Just because you eat like shit in the airports, you're drinking booze, you're retaining water, you're on planes, your ankles are bloated.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden I always think, if I just built fences, I'd be in great shape.
Really?
Just built fences or it was a potter.
No, really?
Yeah.
You don't think you'd be there? Because, look, I used to work in that type of labor force, and I mean, it's so easy, bro, to become just a dude that fucking naps in the truck, dude. It's so easy to be that dude.
Okay, I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm the napper. Oh, yeah. Whoa. What the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Here, I got confident with Crohn's and I started saying the shit I could do. No, I couldn't do that. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Because I'm the guy that if I was building fences and they were like, hey, man, we're going to burn one behind the house, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in. Next thing you know, I'm in the back of a bed of a truck with my head on a hammer going, oh, yeah. Bill's here. Let's get back to work. Yeah, I would not be able to do that.
It just gets so easy to, like, all it takes is one long lunch and next thing you know, you're that fucking dude.
One long lunch where they go in and they pull in the store and the guy in front of you, your head chaperone, your head guy, grabs a 40, just a tall boy.
Yeah,
of like
it's only your
Bud
third
Ice.
Day working. You've been working hard, and suddenly the fucking
next thing you know, you're Rodney King. Yeah. Remember Rodney King when he was on celeb rehab, and he worked for like some housing company, and he worked for a pool company.
Did he really?
In Compton.
Harry Basil worked with him, didn't he?
No, I don't know who's Harry Basil. Is that a comedian?
Yeah, Harry Basil that runs the Laugh Factory.
They just showed
I get
him.
no respect. What is that?
That's Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh yeah, Rodney Dangerfield.
I don't drink before I go on stage. And
I'm sorry, Rodney King is one of the victims.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. But
wait a 6 degree of separation. Rodney King from himself. Wait, Harry Basil, Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, you're talking about Rodney. Okay.
I get no respect.
I'm sure he said that at some point during the beating. Hey, I get no respect.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get to that kind of a racial stuff again? I don't think that we will.
Dude, I feel like we're going up on a race war right now.
You do?
The way things are shaking down. Like I followed maybe the wrong people on Instagram, but like it seems like I'll tell you the race war that is happening. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know that, then you're not paying attention close enough. Feminism has a race war inside it.
Inside of it.
Dude, there's this. I just read an article yesterday saying the white feminists are the new Nazis.
Really?
Yeah, because white feminism doesn't. I get from what this article said. This isn't me, but white feminism does not account for the struggles of the women of color. They only account for their own struggle. Lena Dunham, I guess, is the perfect example. In this article, they said this. But she went after Odell Beckham Jr. for not flirting with her. And all the black feminists were like, oh, I'm sorry, because he's a black man. He's got to flirt with you. Yeah. He can't be there to work. You just look at him as a piece of meat. And Lena Dunham was like, oh. Amy, sadly, our friend Amy is in that group that people... Dude, she got in so much fucking trouble for doing that Beyonce video.
But she really like that sometimes, I wonder? Or is she I think
she's
it's a business thing. Oh, I don't think she's a bad person. But I start to wonder, once you get into that level of making money and that level, like how much of you just becomes a business, you know?
She got in trouble for doing Beyonce's Lemonade video on the set of Snatched. Right. She got in a lot of trouble and they're like cultural appropriation. Now, I am...
some of that shit is fucking ridiculous. Some of that stuff to me is fucking ridiculous. Like, at a certain point, it's like, if we're all supposed to mix, it's like things are going to get appropriated. Like, if you want to talk about some of the things that are like been the latest, like hypothetical slave owners, a lot of it has been people owning the rights of performers. Like, and across all ethnicities, you know, and like I don't fucking know, man. Some of this shit makes me mad, bro. Lena Dunham, you probably didn't get hit on because you are fucking unattractive to a lot of men.
Or the fact that he's Odell Beckham Jr.
can fuck a lot of decent looking women.
Everything.
Yeah,
he gets.
Danny DeVito looks fucking better than Lena Dunham, I think, or they're pretty much the same. I would probably fuck him first because he had curlier hair. You know, she just seems like I do want to have sex with a woman because they have a vagina, but I don't want just a fucking
That's a good reason. That's a good reason.
But I don't want that person to be just a complete cunt, and that's what Lena Dunham seems like to me.
I see.
They couldn't even find the vagina because she's just a cunt. I think she's just a business person, and she doesn't care really about women, all that feminine. To her, at a certain point when things become a business, I don't think it can just be about what your cause is anymore. That's what I worry about.
I think what happens is, I'll defend Amy in this statement, but she gets so big that I think she has a responsibility to say certain things for young ladies who look up to her. Right. She can't just fucking be like we are right now and just talking shit.
I agree.
And so I think she, you know.
But also celebrities get to this point, and I think that's the thing that makes a lot of celebrities unattractive these days is because that they're not real anymore.
But there's no nuance to it. It's like you say something and then whatever you said is taken into context. Yeah. And you're like, no. Or taken out of context. You're like, no, take it in context. I was fucking around. We're two comics. We're bullshitting.
Yeah.
Like this isn't I didn't mean it, but I guess people just want that soundbite and they want to clickbait shit.
But I think that most of America thinks that it doesn't rely on that anymore. I think that's why you even see, like, with the election, a lot of people are like, I don't think that half of America is racist assholes that want to build a wall at all.
No.
I think most people are like, I hate the government. And I'll put in, at least I know this guy's I know who Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
He's a fucking moulin crook, probably.
Yeah.
Just like every other fucking old white guy in my town.
All of them.
And so I'll put him in. All of them are pieces of shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to get heated, bro.
No, I agree with you, man. I think if you look and you go like when Chris Hardwick got in trouble and they were like, it's gone viral. They need to fire him. I looked online. It was 5,000 people tweeting about it. 5,000 people.
Yeah.
5,000 people. That was
Whose
all.
whole job is to tweet about shit all day and not do anything.
Anything. And do you think my dad knew about it? Nope.
No.
Do you think any of his friends knew about it? Nope. Do you know who? What really fucking blew my mind is when I was there, when I found out I was in Birmingham, Alabama doing the Stardome and I was doing news and like getting ready to do news. And I said, I was getting mic'd up and one of the guys, just a guy working for like the janitorial places. I said, oh shit, Chris Hardwick. And he goes, oh, I love that guy. And I go, I was like, you're a fan of Chris Hardwick? He goes, dude, I love Walking Dead. I was like, well, he's in trouble. And he goes, oh, I hope he doesn't get fired. I love his show, Talking Dead. And I was like, well, you know what happened? And he goes, I don't give a fuck what happened. I just like his show.
Yeah.
That's the majority of America is like, man, I'm not going to read it. Like, now, look, for the Harvey Weinsteins, yeah, the time for them to lose their job. But the nuance of like the things with Hardwick, you're like, no, it's not going viral. The whole world doesn't know about it. It's like Bill Burr used to say. I remember he got in trouble one time. I said, I go, how's that going? And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, well, you know the thing everyone's talking about. Who's talking about it, Bert? Who's talking about it? Who? And I said, I don't know. And he goes, exactly, nobody. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, no one is. It's 400 people losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
And that's what it is these days.
That's what it is.
Until it comes after you one day and you're like, it's everybody.
Right. I'm sure that he gets nervous. I remember one time I had gone on a couple dates with one of the Real Housewife ladies, right?
Really?
And suddenly I'm at the gym and I'm just running on the treadmill just like a regular day, and it's on like the E-News ticker,
For real.
And it was like, and then there were our pictures, and I was just like, and I felt like I don't want that to be part of my life at all, because it was this other creature. Like my phone started going crazy. Like it was just like, make it stop. It was like, make it stop. It was out of context. It was everything, but it was just like, make it stop. This isn't even a real thing. It was just this uncomfortable thing. And it felt like you weren't even a person then. There was just tons of judgment or just not even judgment. She was a pretty lady and she was and I think she's very charming and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff was happening outside of you that you had that had no control over or nothing to do with, that had nothing to do with who you were as a person. And it felt wrong. That's what it felt like. It felt like, man, whatever's going on right here is not right. Not just to me, but as a scope of the way to do things,
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And that was way scary, man. That was a scary, scary moment. I remember, talking to my manager. I'm like, can you just make this stop? Like this just, And a couple days later, it went away.
Yeah, that's the thing is I think, it's Ari always says, just bury your head in the sand for a week, get offline, go do something really cool, go camping, come back, it goes away, I think. I mean, I don't know. I've had it happen to me a couple times with like friends, like, where like you say something shitty on a podcast and it kind of blows up and you're like, oh, fuck. And if you just kind of like sit back, it goes away and you're like, eh.
If you're like me, you make coffee at home, because look, now you got to walk somewhere and get coffee? No way, sir. I'll get coffee at home. That's where I do it. You don't think I can be a barista, dude? I can. All I have to do is be angry. So I make coffee at home, and the coffee that I make right now is Bixby Coffee, Bixby Coffee. Okay, and Bixby got that tasty cut. A lot of people, they don't even know where their coffee beans are from. You look at their beans, you're like, oh, do these beans even have parents? But Bixby Coffee, man, It feels just like it has been raised well. And right when you order it, that's right when they roast it. So those beans are made fresh to order. Bixby Coffee, they make Keurig pods if you go like that. They make Nespresso pods. And this shit is just so much better than most other coffees because a lot of the stuff out there is literally trash. Bixby is delivered right to your door. And just for you guys, enter the promo code Theo at checkout. And your first 2 weeks of coffee is just $5. That's right. 2 weeks of coffee for $5. BixbyCoffee.com. Use promo code Theo and get that good shit.
I wanted to bounce out of LA. I wanted to bounce when I was on Travel Channel. I wanted to bounce out of LA and go out to like Boulder. And thank God I didn't because I got fired from Travel Channel.
But then, can't you though?
No.
You couldn't go get a house there and live there if you wanted to? Or do you, and honestly, do you think, because I think about this too. Like I think about, if I were able to catch some breaks and get to a place where I could have, enough of where I could, still have my fans come see me without the fear of losing the ability to have create fans.
If you could do, I mean, theoretically, if you could do this in a big market, say like Chicago, where you have big comics coming in and they knew your podcast was still relevant, like Joe could do his podcast anywhere.
Right.
People are flying out for Joe's podcast. So yeah, if you get your podcast that big, yeah, I could just do stand-up at my podcast, make social media interesting. I don't think I need television. I mean, I've been offered television pretty aggressively lately, and I just passed on it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I want to make my thing. I could do what I'm doing with All Things Comedy, making my cooking show, doing podcasts, come out, once a quarter,
and do some stuff,
bang out some podcasts, do some sets, go back out, live a full life. I would love to. My wife won't do it. Our kids are already dialed in. It's like they're in high school. My oldest is in high school. My youngest is getting ready to go into high school in 2 years. All our friends are out here. Our managers, agents. I mean, I guess ultimately I'm just in the fucking game. I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Man,
it's so
I'm
scary.
Face tatted up in prison.
That's yeah, dude. You're like fucking you're like Nabisco Malone.
I wouldn't mind.
And that was a post Nabisco joke. A lot of people won't get that.
That was good.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. I wouldn't mind doing a residency in Vegas.
Really? How does this fucking end though?
Oh, not good.
And we're talking
same way Ralphie's ends.
We did, I know, dude. Damn, little Ralphie. That's what they would call it.
Oh my God.
What if the last special you did was just like Ralphie May? That was the name of it. Dude.
Oh man.
And you looked just like Ralphie, like you were that crazy.
Dude, I mean, I feel guilty now. I mean, I know that had nothing to do with this, but me and him were on a cruise ship right before he passed, like a few months before he passed.
Does he sleep in the middle of a ship? He has to sleep in the middle of a cruise ship. At 600 pounds or 500 pounds? You couldn't sleep on the side of the cruise ship, could you?
He was sleeping a lot that trip. He wasn't getting up and doing much. And we went to his room once a day, and we go in there and smoke a joint in his room. And
what, he's just laying in bed the whole time?
He was laying in bed a lot. He'd get up and move around. I'm definitely not speaking ill of the dead, but anyone who was on that ship would agree. He'd move around like probably 2 out of the 7 days we were there. He'd get up and do stuff. Not often was he moving around.
And when you say like, because I've never been around anybody that has had that much of an impairment that wasn't like, I had a friend that didn't have any legs and he didn't do that much. And then, I had another lady that I think was just lazy when I was growing up, and she also was taking care of a kid, a black child.
Yeah.
And both her and her husband were white, and they were pretending like it was their child to everybody, even though the lady that swept at his school bus was black, Miss Tilly.
Really?
And it was obviously her child. And we'd go over there, and it was the weirdest thing. They'd be like, "This is our son Boogie." And it would be like, and dude, they had him dressed up like a little cowboy and shit, like to make him just seem even whiter. Dude, no joke. I remember this little Boogie, he'd have on these red boots and he would do this little fucking dance by the door when you went in. And it was like, what? Like, even I know that you can't get a black kid out of 2 white people no matter how hard you try.
I love that name, Boogie. Do you know I met a football player in a place called the Chatterbox one time.
Booger McFarland?
And
I saw him one time at the airport, didn't I? I wanted to talk to him, but I was so nervous.
Booger McFarland. They were like, "This is my friend Booger." And I could not stop laughing.
You know how he got the nickname?
No.
Because he would hit people so hard that they'd have to fucking pick him out of their nose.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not. I thought it was because he's always had boogers.
No, dude.
Hey, booger.
Dude, give black people some
only other-
fucking
the only-
creative credit, bro.
No, that's the only other booger I had met was from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yeah, that's true, dude.
Hair pie. Pan down.
Can you imagine, though?
But
I
I
hit you so hard, you're going to have to pick me out of your fucking nose, bro. That's
My
Booger
friend
McFarlane.
Kim introduced me to him at the Chatterbox in Tampa, and I was high as fuck. And she's like, "Hey, this is my friend." I was like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" He's a big guy.
Played at LSU.
Yeah, and he was like, and she's like, "Hey," I go, "How you doing?" I'm Bert. And he goes, "I'm Booger." And I went, I could not stop fucking laughing, and no one else was laughing because he was a Buck at the time.
Yeah.
So everyone knew Booger McFarlane.
Oh, yeah. He played for the Buccaneers.
Played for the Bucks, yeah. Booger.
So let's go on. So I want to hear more about that Ralphie Mo, this thing.
Yeah. So I don't know what I was saying.
We're going to be in Vegas.
Oh, so we were all hanging out.
Oh, yeah, you guys were on the cruise ship, and I had said that I hadn't heard of many people that couldn't move around that much.
He, oddly enough, he is the reason I called this special Secret Time, the Netflix special, because we were all hanging out, and he was like, I got offered a residency in Vegas. I was like, man, Ralphie, I think that's the best thing for you, in my opinion. You go, you get in Vegas, you get healthy. You don't have to fly, you don't have to travel. I guess traveling was the thing keeping him healthy because he was moving around. They had to get him up and out. But he was.
Oh, you don't even think of that, huh?
Yeah.
You have to get up and go to the bus. You have to get up at the gas station. Maybe you can go get a drink. You have to do stuff.
You have to get up and pay for gas. You have to get. There's things he had to do, I guess. But I was like, go to Vegas, dude. Because in my head, I go to Vegas, get healthy. Get involved with some UFC gym out there.
Yeah.
Where they're like, maybe it's not I don't even know, but like they're fans of Rogan's podcast. They know who I am, and they let me work out, or like some guy keeps an eye on me and it's like, make sure I'm doing something healthy.
Yeah.
And then go in, like go play golf once a day, do a show, and don't drink because you can just come home.
Yeah.
That'd be great for me. And I told him, I was like, dude, do it. And so then we did one show. I got to be dead honest with you, probably the funniest I've ever seen him in my entire life. He had a joke about having mediocre dick. You ever heard this? He goes, a lot of you out there talk about having big dick. I got mediocre dick. No one wants big dick, ladies. You don't want big dick. Leaving your pussy like a horse reaching for a sugar cube. Like, he did 9 of those, Theo, 9 of those. And I'm fucking dying laughing. You don't want big dick. Like, just 9 different tags. He was so good at that, of doing those 9 different tags. And then I went up after him, and I was buzzed already. I was already drunk, and I never get, but it was like a cruise ship, and Cowhead's cruise, Calta's cruise. I gotten high with
Mike
Ralphie.
Calta?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
I got high with Ralphie, and the things I found funny were just secrets that I was going to say on stage, and then Ralphie and Cowhead, so they could just be like secrets. And like first joke was like, secret time. When I get out of the shower, I dry my asshole on the bed, and Ralphie lost it. And he's like, he does that shit. You do that shit, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, more secrets, player. And so I just kept telling secrets. Secret
Time's the name of the special?
Secret Time's the name of the special. And I got off stage, and Ralphie's like, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard you say. He goes, just tell secrets. Just tell secrets. Oh, he kept going, tell more
That's
secrets.
so true. It's like you like, yeah, there's some, you like telling secrets.
I love telling secrets. Like when I go, like the perfect example is like when I go Secret Time, I only had sex with 6 people, and then I go, fuck, it's women.
Right.
Why? Like it's, you just, and I also feel like if you keep like, and that's the other part is I talk shit about my family, so I don't want them seeing it.
Right.
So that's other part of the Secret Time. But Ralphie was like, all night, we went to dinner that night at the Italian restaurant on the boat, and he was like, he kept going, tell me more secrets, Bert. Tell me more secrets. And I just was like, and when you're open up, and you're like, I was telling them everything. Oh, I got the clap in college. They're like, what? And then I just tell them the story, and they were laughing. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's kind of what I do on stage is just tell a secret, and then my kid's dumb as fuck, and then I tell the story.
Yeah.
So but Ralphie had to do with me.
Dang, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What is it about it you think? Because now it's like, what do you think it is about secrets that you like telling them? Or like telling things you shouldn't tell? Because some people tell jokes, some people tell stories, some people... But yeah, there is something about you that it's like, oh man, Bert says things you shouldn't say. Even you said it when you came in, you kind of have to like, sometimes like, some people are okay with that because you're joking around at your boys and some people aren't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm super... I think in real life, I'm really insecure, and I have a low self-esteem. And I think I always thought, like, when I was a kid, I thought jacking off meant you were gay. Like, I didn't know that meant that you just were a regular person.
Right.
And so I lived with that until I was like, until I was 18 years old.
You were jerking off thinking you were gay the whole time.
I just thought I must be gay. I can't stop. I must be one of those weird gay guys that's only attracted to women because I'm only jacking off to chicks and I'm hooking up with chicks. I had sex with a chick, but I can't quit jacking off. And then we got into our fraternity and they said something about jacking off. And I was like, hold on, you guys do that? And they're like, everyone does it. And I was like, where the fuck was this open and honesty?
Yeah.
Like, where was this my whole entire fucking life?
And they call it jacking off with the word, like a name Jack in it.
No, that's when they started calling it rubbing one out. Oh, everyone
really?
rubs one out. Yeah, and I was like, rubs one out. And they're like, yeah, you know. And I was like,
dude, Eddie Bravo said people would just used to say play with themselves.
Yeah.
And it was totally normal. What's going on today, man? I'm probably gonna just, have some Kool-Aid and maybe play with myself or maybe, get a new harp or something.
dude, I wish that had happened earlier for me growing up because it was, I really was like, I must be a pervert.
Yeah.
There must be something wrong with me. Like, I don't think I ever really, like, at a certain age, you go, I'm definitely straight. I'm sleeping with, I had lost my virginity to a chick. All I want are chicks. I remember the first time I felt a chick up in the bushes. Remember when you go back into the bushes?
Oh, yeah.
And just make out and just play with their tit a million different ways. You're like, I've been waiting for this day my entire fucking life. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like,
oh, dude, I remember some girl didn't want me to, she was like so nervous about, like, God, I guess, seeing us touch each other or whatever. We were in a sand trap on a golf course, right?
yeah. Oh, shit.
She was
God
so nervous.
Damn it.
She took her fucking pants off and everything, and then like tried to cover as much of her body as she could with fucking sand, right? So then I'm young, dude. I can get through some sand for some crotch, Like this is,
Yeah.
This is fucking, I'm fired up. You know what I'm saying? I could probably shoot semen through a fucking wall of sand at that time and still hit a vagina.
As a golfer would say, she was a fried egg.
Look. So then I'm playing with this, touching this girl's crotch with sand everywhere, and it ended up kind of stopping the scenario, and she and she didn't, she got, I don't want to say sick, but she had to, talk to her mom and stuff a bunch after that.
I got a sandy hand job one time in Clearwater Beach.
Did you? Oh, yeah. Every hand job is sand down there, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, you can't keep sand off your dick north of Destin.
Just rubbing the skin off, and you just were like, it'll be over in a second. We just got to get through this. This is the hard part.
This is love.
This is mile 20 of the marathon. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Dude, yeah. Fuck yeah. God, I miss those days. Like when you'd get so excited to touch body, and you'd be like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember the first time I fingered a chick. I was on Secret Time. I was in the haunted house ride at Disney World in Orlando, and it was the part where I never thought about it. I was in 8th grade, and I was like, we're making out on the ride, and I'm playing with her boob, and then all of a sudden I just was like, let's see if this works, and it just went in so quick, and like it just worked. It just went,
yeah,
and I was like, whoa, and then I didn't know what to do with my finger, and I just left it there like I was taking her temperature.
Yeah.
Just left it in there like, yeah, pretty nice, huh?
That's swaggy, dude.
And she's like, huh? And I'm like, yeah. Okay. You're about done?
That's an old doctor move, dude.
Dude.
Bro, I remember one time I was doing a college show somewhere. This is like 10 years ago. And afterwards, I was drinking at a house right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know the house was on campus, but the police show up and they say this house is technically on campus. It didn't look like it was on campus at all. It was like a regular house.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a dormitory or like a quadruplex or anything like that. So the cops came, took me to jail, right? And there was this girl I was flirting with, and I was like excited, maybe I get to hook up. Well, anyway, I get back to the hotel where my buddies are staying in the morning. The girl slept over. She hooked up with my buddy, right?
Yeah.
And he had broken both of his. He had 2 broken arms though, so my other buddy had to hold him up while he was fucking her. He got on top of her, but then my other buddy, who was real strong, like Adonis, leaned over and just held him up the whole time by his chest, so he could just like dangle his arms, like because my buddy was on top, like he could just dangle his arms and still have sex. And then me and the girl ended up having sex, dude. And she had the darkest bush I've ever seen in my life. Oh. And it was like 3 or 4 inches long, and it was straight. She was like black. She was African American, but just kind of in the pussy. And it was just the hair was just very, it was more of African type of hair, And it was just so exciting. It was such an exciting time. And that was up in Binghamton, I think.
I remember in my junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. It must have been sophomore year of high school. We're at Ty Rodriguez's house, and everyone's hooking up. Like it was just a bunch of girls, bunch of guys. It's just like, just like fucking like, I think what did they call it? Like makeout fest or something. And then the next morning we're all eating breakfast, and everyone was like, "Did you hook up?" I was like, "Yeah, I made out pretty fucking aggressively with." I'm just saying a name like Jennifer, and they're like, "Really?" And my buddy Sean Hooker goes, "What time?" And I go,
"Oh, what an asshole!"
Probably like
nighttime
1. And he goes, "You think it was 1 or more around 2?" I said, "Well, I don't know. It was right before we all went to bed." And they started laughing. I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because she was sucked my dick at midnight."
Wow.
And I was like, oh. And that's when everyone's like, "So wait, what's Hooker's dick taste?" I shouldn't say his name, I guess. Well, fuck it. What's Hooker's dick
he
taste
knows,
like?
Yeah. He knows, man. Wow.
But yeah, those fucking times you're like, oh God, this is going to make me into a comedian. I guess I got to have a sense of humor about this shit. I've never been a cool dude with chicks. I wish.
Really?
Never. I could never turn it off.
But I could see that.
I was always trying to be funny. Even when we got back to the room, I just couldn't turn it off.
Really?
I get uncomfortable. And then like leaning in for a first kiss. Oh, dude, that's like, it's almost like talking a different language for me. Like to be able to like go from what this is right here, like this energy right here, which will work. This works with a chick. Yeah. Like hanging out, making her laugh, get back to the room, and then going from this to
slow. Dude, remember how whenever you were young,
what the fuck face is this?
Oh yeah. Okay. Crazy, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like kissing a fucking lizard.
And I kiss with my eyes open.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's insane.
I've scared the shit out of some chicks before. And then they open their eyes like, what the fuck? And you're like, what? But
dude, that heat, bro. I remember we played Spin the Bottle at this party, and like the prettiest girl in our town, dude. This girl I was in love with this girl. Her name was Emily Baumgartner. And she was going to kiss me. And I got this weird feeling. At first, I thought that she had to vomit and I had to vomit at the same time. I didn't know what the feeling was, right? But later on in life, I realized it means we kind of were into each other. Because I was like, what are the odds?
I love that your first kiss. It is a weird, like a...
Yeah, that was just...
And then you're like, oh, now I'm getting sick. Like, oh my God, Theo, that's fucking brilliant. Oh my God, that's so fucking brilliant. She goes in to kiss you, but it does look like you're about to be sick. Like, she's like... And then you're like, oh, I think I'm going to throw up now. Oh, do you want to get a bucket? Oh my God. Because if I see someone throw up, I throw up.
And then we just put each other's mouths and the fucking forces collide. But no, for me it was... There was something going on between us, and she liked me.
Yeah.
And I thought whenever like we looked at each other, there was this weird feeling, and that's when I thought we were both gonna vomit. Like I was like, oh, something. Does she have to vomit? Maybe it was just uncomfortable. But then it was time to kiss, like the bottle spun or whatever, and then I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna fucking kiss like the girl of my dreams. And I didn't know how to kiss anybody, dude. And as I got closer to her, my mouth kept opening wider and wider up because I'd seen something on television, right? Yeah. And then I literally just wrapped my whole fucking mouth like around her kind of mouth and chin.
Oh.
And somebody laughed, dude. Some little fucking imp. Some little fucking Mulan bluebird.
What would you rather have? You ready?
Yeah.
What would you rather have?
I'd rather that she had an Instagram so that I could see her once in a while. Because she doesn't.
She doesn't?
There's no pictures. She could be deceased. And if she is, I'm really sorry to her family. But I've never seen any pictures of her online. I've looked everywhere.
I looked for the black kid in my neighborhood last night.
Did you?
Yeah. I looked for him. I think I found him. We have 2 mutual friends, and I think that and then he lives in Tampa. But I was looking for him last night. I just woke up, had a dream about him and his sister, and I looked him up, and I think I got him. His dad's on there, but his mom's not on there, and so I'm like, his mom might have passed. But what would you rather have? There's no question for me. To go back in time and re-experience your first kiss, or go back in time and re-experience the first time you had sex with someone.
First kiss.
Yeah. Fuck first sex. First kiss. Marie Koval, 7th grade. We were up in my bedroom. Our parents were downstairs having like a dinner party, and we were just messing around, and I was on my back, and she was on her back, and we were listening to music. And she just rolled over. I think we were head to head. She just rolled over, leaned over, and started kissing me like upside down. And I just dude, my tits got loose, like just shaky, and I lost my stomach. And then I was like, and then I heard my sister, Bert, Mom and Dad want you and Marie to come downstairs. And I'm like, oh, yeah, dude. And by the way, I kissed her probably like 4 times, and every single time felt like a first kiss.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, I remember there was this girl named Chrissy Hunt when I was real young. And she could have been 7 or she could have been fucking 40. And she, the first time we kissed, I think she had blood in her mouth for some reason. And it was because her teeth were all banged up. I don't know what happened to her. She may have been in a wreck right before we kissed. And but she had blood in her mouth. And I remember thinking that was crazy. And then years later, but I remember, the kids, the neighborhood kids would lock us in a room together. Really? And we weren't allowed to come out until we kissed. And it was just the hardest fucking thing in the world, bro. It was like, I was just, because we both knew we had to, and I had to do something. I was supposed to like be the man, but I couldn't be the man. Yeah. And I'm in the room, and all I want to do is kiss her, dude. And I'd usually been humping my pillow at night, and my buddy would come over, and we would practice humping our pillows. One of us would have a whistle and blow it on the other one if he was doing like bad moves on the pillow. Yeah.
Way too hard. Kind of rapey. Back off. There you go.
Back it off. Yeah. Mutual corners of the bed.
Wrong hole. There you go. Up under.
Oh, feathers.
feathers. You're fucking the feathers out of this chick.
But it was fun, bro. And then I remember in junior high school, finally I got to date a girl, and she looked just like a boy. Everybody thought that she was a boy. And we would kiss, like at the school bus would come, but it would come from the older school where all the older kids were. Yeah. And me and her would be standing there like waiting to kiss every time. We would always just end up hugging. And then somebody yelled out one time, just kiss each other, you fucking, and used the N-word at us, dude, right? And we were both white. And we're like, fuck, we got to do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like people are getting us racially confused. They're starting to hate us so much. Yeah. So we fucking just started making out. So, dude, it's just crazy, the power of racism, dude. Fucking
I love it. That's what you draw out of that story.
Bro, and then I'm making out with this girl that looked like a boy.
The power of racism just overwhelming. Whatever.
Dude, it made me make out with the girl.
I dated her for 4 years.
Yeah. Then we dated for like a year. And she always wanted like baseball clothes and stuff for like all like the dances and all like dances. She wanted us to wear like baseball shit.
Oh, I went through a tear of lesbians, like dating lesbians. I went through a tear of them.
I could see that.
I had a period where I would date a girl and then immediately they'd come out gay, and I'd be like, God damn it, is it me? But it's not me. I think that I was just that. Yeah, dude, I was the first step. I was the least threatening of what they were looking for.
You're like John Lovitz in League of Their Own. Just every time he goes to, he just pulls the lesbian out of.
John Lovitz.
Dude, no, it's some interesting conversations, man. It's interesting to think. Right now in my hands, I have something. And it's the world's thinnest phone case. Some people say, I got the thinnest phone case. Well, this place definitely has it. It is absolutely as thin as possible. It's a very sleek and luxurious. It's more of like a condom for your phone, Like if your phone's going to do something naughty and it wants to kind of protect itself from viruses, then you can have this, the minimal case. It is 0.01 inches thick. It's so lean and slender. It's like if your phone wants to wear something sultry for a night out on the town. It's not an off-road type of case. Now, it's not going to really, it's not that, that off-roader style if your phone wants to be in a truck or do something deviant or wild. But if your phone wants to be sexy, it is the world's thinnest case. And you can get it, the minimal case. Go to MNMLcase.com for 15% off. Use the code Theo. That's MNMLcase. CASE.com for 15% off. Use the code Theo. I think that the guy Alex Jones, like talking about, kids, families, that those shootings not being real and stuff like that, it's just too much.
Yeah, I never really followed Alex Jones enough to know what he was doing. I only saw him when he was on Rogan and he got drunk, and it was a funny interview.
Yeah.
But there are people that really despise him.
I think it's wrong to I do think it's wrong to shut a guy down. Like I do. I think
it's wrong. I think that the fact that, by the way, I don't know why Alex Jones got shut down. I know he said that the shooting was a hoax. I'm a little shocked that anyone ever took him seriously in the first place. Like, I can't believe that. Part of me goes, we all know he's like not. It's like a joke thing. Like he doesn't really think that, right? And maybe he does. I don't know, but I definitely don't take him serious.
Like that's the thing. I wonder if at a certain point when you don't, do you really believe that, or are you just pushing something to get?
No, he's trying to get views. It's
right,
clickbait.
and so that's when it starts to make me scared. Like that's when I'm like,
yeah.
What is going on here? Like, because that's not a safe thing for me. I don't think that's not for me. It doesn't seem like a neat thing to push. That's a sad thing. Like, that's not a real thing. Is that really helping somebody? Like some of these conspiracy theorists, at a certain point, it's just like, yeah, we're probably outside of some information, but part of you is making everything a conspiracy because you don't feel accepted or something. You know, it's like it just starts make me wondering like the psychology behind it. You know,
I had an Uber driver yesterday who gave me the most brilliant conspiracy theory I've ever heard. He goes, man, I know Waze is getting fucking paid off. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I think it's taking us the long way, so we'll go by these businesses.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then I started thinking, yeah, why wouldn't businesses pay Waze and go, hey man, if you got people driving through LA, have them come down Laurel Canyon. That's where all the businesses are. Don't take them back roads. Just have them. It's faster and like, hey, here's a little extra. And Waze does have contacts with some of the people. Yeah. Like with some, like you'll be driving and all of a sudden like, do you like fried chicken? And you're like, I do. And they're like, Churches is on Laurel Canyon and Magnolia. And you're like, oh fuck, I want fried chicken. Yeah. Like it's almost like those pop-up ads that come up on Facebook. Yeah. But too much conspiracy theory.
Remember how your dad used to eat Subway before he passed away? And you'd be like, yeah. I remember that. I
can't get too close to those conspiracy theories. I just don't believe in them. Like I just go, nah, I'm not that person.
Right.
So the Alex Jones thing kind of threw me off. I was like, let him talk. By the way, he's been talking for fucking years. I've never listened.
Yeah.
I think anyone really, I mean, no offense to anyone who's a big Alex Jones supporter, like I've heard him on Rogan stuff. I've seen Joey on his podcast, and I would probably do his podcast.
Yeah, I would go. It would be interesting.
I do it in a heartbeat, but I'm never sitting and taking him seriously ever. And the fact that people are like, no, we need to shut voices like this down. I'm like,
that's crazy to me.
I'm like, they shut down all the prank videos on YouTube because those are fake and they're instigating racism. Like, shut down all the breastfeeding videos on YouTube.
Well, shut down half of Hollywood's full of shit. It's like,
dude,
you have like, and I go back to this all the time, but it's like, you know, they push so much diversity in this and that, but don't you remember like 3 years ago when black people were begging to get a Golden Globe nomination, or what was it, an Academy Award?
Dude, I remember when black people were boycotting the fucking Academy Awards, and they're like hashtag something or other.
Yeah.
And then they were like, look, I'm all for diversity. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm dying to go see Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to see it to support diversity. I'm just going to see it because it looks like a good movie.
Right.
I think that's where we'll know we're all equal. Like, dude, trust me to say this. I did not go to see Black Panther simply to support black people.
Right.
I went to see Black Panther because it's a badass fucking movie.
Yeah.
My kids wanted to see it. I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think whatever that does to fucking make more shit happen, I'm cool with. Like, whatever you have to do to activists to make shit happen, I'm very cool with.
Right.
But like, I'm letting you know that there's a lot of regular people out there.
Yeah, a lot of regular people.
Shit. I watched Katt Williams special.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
I love Katt Williams. I don't watch because he's black.
I didn't do it to support. I don't cognizantly go like, oh, I got to make sure to watch Lil Rel's
Yeah, and I never want to be that person. Like, who is that person? That's not even a person. Like, if you're doing something, like, I'll do good shit. Like, I'll watch good shit. And I think that's what hopefully we start to get back to is like, let's shit be funny. And especially like, from, you know, it's fucked up that it's like the only people, like Hollywood's kind of cornered themselves where the only people they can make fun of are like poor white people, you know?
Yeah, and dude, I don't tune into
that makes me mad a lot of times.
I don't even know a sitcom that white people are in. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. Now, if someone told me you should because you're white, man, I'd be like, well, excuse me? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Yeah.
I don't tune into anything based on someone's skin color. I tune in if people go, it's good.
Yeah.
Like, everyone say Blackish is good.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, let me check it out. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. And I was like, dude, the Mick, I didn't do that because I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
I did it because the Mick's funny as shit.
John Jones, what about him? I didn't cheer for him because he's black. Is he black?
He's
very black.
There you go.
He's very black.
Why, dude? He's not very watch
black.
it, guy.
You kind of look like Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit. Did anyone ever tell you that?
Okay, wow, that is fucking great. That's Nick Davis, our producer, and Nick was a premature baby.
For real?
Yeah.
That's what we've surmised. Yeah.
But look how old are you now, Nick?
I'm 30 years old.
Oh,
There you go, boy.
All grown up.
So anything's possible.
30 years old, but never be 9 months.
He'll never hit 9 months, dude, no matter how old he gets. Dude, we could keep talking forever. This is interesting, man.
I can talk to you forever, man. You know for a fact. I hope you know for a fact. There's a handful of people in this business that have been a fan of yours since day one, and I am that guy.
Yeah.
I'm in that small group of people. Like, there are a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people finding you right now. A lot of people are like going like, "Oh shit, he's my new favorite comic." I've been there. I remember in Reality Bites Back, you had me laughing consistently more than any one person on that show. You and Donnell Rollins were my two favorite human beings.
Thank you, man. Well, I mean, you've always been very nice. And you've always said nice things. You've always made me laugh. You were certainly welcoming. That was a really fun show. I couldn't have had any better introduction to just being around comedians. I mean, like, just Donnell. There was so much funny shit on that.
Dude, Donnell Rollins, the very first day, Kyle Cease comes up. Kyle Cease has made 12 different hats for all 12 episodes.
Yeah, and Kyle Cease was a comedian he was doing well at the time.
He was doing really well.
And now he's a comedian teacher.
Yeah. And he made hats that said week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. And he walked up to Donnell Rollins. It was Red Grant, Donnell Rollins, Chris Fairbanks, me, and Kyle Cease. And he walks up on those steps of that house in Encino. And he goes, "Hey, fellas." And Donnell just shakes his head and he goes, "Man, you're right. You are the week 1."
Damn.
And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Your hat, it says week 1. You are the week 1." And Kyle goes, "Huh?" And Donnell goes, "I hope you got a hat that just says weak, because you're weak, son." And Kyle's like, "I think weak would be spelt differently, Donnell." And he goes, "Not in my neighborhood."
Yeah. And Donnell came from a neighborhood where then he used all the vowels. But yeah, I remember that shit was wild out of the gate. And then it was out of them two to go home.
Yeah. Dude, you made the judge the first episode. They had you picked to send home.
Yeah.
And I remember Chris Fairbanks walked up to me and he goes, "I can't go home." Because we were making, I always say this, it's a high number. It was like
$7,500 an episode.
It was like, yeah, $7,500.
Which was huge money then. This was 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
And the more you were on the show, the more money you got. Like, if you got kicked off on week 1, you didn't get paid for all the episodes.
Right.
So you wanted to stay on. So it actually got competitive.
Yeah.
Because people wanted to make the money. And so Chris Fairbanks, he thought he was going to get sent home the very first day, and he was sitting in line with me, and he goes, "You know Theo?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "What, should I say something? I don't want to get sent home." I go, "I don't know. Maybe just go up to him and say you don't want to get sent home." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Sure." And Chris Fairbanks went up to him and he goes, "Hey, will you not send me home?" And you were like, uncomfortably like, "Okay." And so then Chris just stayed. It worked. And then
Chris stayed to like 3 or 4 episodes left.
He stayed longer than I did.
Yeah.
And then you were like, Donnell and Kyle Cease. The thing is, we had all had our moms there.
Yeah.
And I think Kyle's mom might have passed away.
Yeah, Kyle's mom passed away or something, or Mr. Flight.
Or Mr.
Let's just say. And let's not equate those to being the same thing either.
There it goes. That's it. And so, how the fuck do you say your last name?
Von Kernatowski.
That's really your last name?
Yep. And we got rid. We didn't get rid of it, but first of all, it means the Jew Slayer, so I can't even use it in Los Angeles. And
Theo
second
Von
of all,
Kernatowski?
Yeah, dude.
Are you shitting
People
me?
thought I was Mexican growing up in Louisiana. I swear to God, not joking.
That's definitely Polish, right?
It's Polish.
That's
I'm
really
Polish Nicaraguan.
Polish.
My father's from Nicaragua. But
This is nowhere on the internet either. You can't buy it on Amazon, not iTunes in America.
You can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
I have it at home, which is crazy.
Yeah, you should.
I've got it on a computer somewhere.
Sure you do. Nobody believes that.
And just real quick.
A computer somewhere.
One of my computers.
Who's ever said that? Jeff Garcia was on there, bro, and he left.
He left the very first episode.
He was too good for the show.
He told us that.
And he's still too good for everything.
He told us that.
Huh?
Yeah, the quarterback, Jeff Garcia, was on the show. No, the fucking comedian.
Yeah. But
the quarterback, Jeff Garcia.
2 extra weeks, and if he would
He's like, "Guys, I'm not even a comedian. I'm a fucking quarterback."
Dude, 2 weeks less, 2 weeks more in the womb, and he would have got that question right. But what I'm saying is, Jeff Garcia, the quarterback, spilled wine on my shirt one time. The first time I'd ever been to San Francisco at a bar, and he paid me for it. But yeah, Kyle Cease went home first.
Jeff Garcia said to us, "No offense, I'm bigger than you guys.
Yeah.
And this is below me. I'm out." And all of us were like, So wait, does he count for the first one out?
We all were.
Yeah.
We
And they were
all
like, no, he left. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Can you just make him the first one? And all of us wanted to be like, Jeff, can you just get voted out first so that we can all make another $7,500?
he wouldn't do that.
Because we're not above you.
Yeah.
By the way,
Wait, because he didn't want his mom to come because he didn't want his mom to be embarrassed, actually. Remember that?
oh, is that it?
Was that part of it?
I don't know, man. That was uncomfortable. They brought our moms there and they made us first of all seduce our moms. Wait, you didn't have a mom?
Yeah, I do.
Did your
She
mom? Was
there.
your mom there? Yeah. Well, your dad had passed away.
My dad had passed away, but Kyle didn't have a mom, and so they brought in this hot ass porn star dude who
maybe just a stripper, maybe just a model. But yeah, we thought porn star. Yeah.
Well, we were young too.
Yeah, we were all like,
Everybody was a porn star, dude.
Yeah, porn star?
Your
Mom,
stepmom
why did
was
you
a
show
porn.
up?
If you even got a stepmom, she was a porn star. Yeah, my dad's marrying a porn
Oh.
star. Really? That lady that works at the bank? You're like, oh yeah, you're right.
Dude, look at this list of people for 2 seconds. People that I'm not calling out Jeff Garcia, but people at the time he thought he was bigger than. Donnell Rollins tours everywhere with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Tiffany
Donna Rollins might be the funniest on here too.
Tiffany Haddish, one of the biggest movie stars in the world right now.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer, one of the biggest movie stars in the world right now. Red Grant tours everywhere with Katt Williams. And by the way, legit sellout act himself. He does those big tours with like Melanie
Spicy, some black guy named Spicy.
And they all go and
that.
they sell out theaters. And then Bert Kreischer and Theo Vaughn both
Right
on Joe
here.
Rogan's podcast.
Right here, yeah. Right here together at the same time.
And Mo Mandel sold his show to True TV,
Yep,
right?
and just sold a written series to Amazon just recently. And he and I have a pilot together at Comedy Central.
Chris Fairbanks, voiceover for a beer company in the Northwest.
Yep, and just recently got a hip replacement.
Yeah, dude. He was over at my house and he was like before it, and he was doing my podcast like this. And he was like, "Yeah, it's really rough. It's really rough." And now he's like skateboarding again.
Yeah, which is very dangerous.
Kyle Cease, one of the top motivational speakers in the world.
That's true.
That's very true, actually.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And Jeff Garcia is not even in the league anymore.
He's not? He was in the league?
He retired.
Football.
Oh, and he retired. He retired from comedy?
Jeff actually had he really was the biggest of all of us at that time, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, definitely. He was
And
the
he also
voice
had a
for Jimmy
name where you
Neutron.
didn't know. Yes, that's what he was. He was
the voice for Jimmy Neutron, and he was like, I don't know. And I remember I was before you realized that, because we all got naked a few times. Remember me and Red Grant got naked with Luenell in that tub?
Yeah. And Luenell still has the same. Yeah, she had that crazy body type, just that one body part forever.
I got naked in that tub with Luenell. I took my dick out in that tub with Luenell. And then I saw her in Montreal. She hated my guts. And Red and Donnell were like, yo, that's just how black women talk, Bert. You got to understand, she's just talking to you.
She's like, I hate your guts, Whitey.
Yeah, she was like, why are you so loud, Bert?
Yeah.
Why are you loud? And I would be like, you're just as loud as I am. No!
Yeah.
When you talk, no one want to listen. I was like...
A lot of black people can't
By the
hear
way,
themselves.
that's actually a really great Luenell impression I'm doing right now. No! That's a fucking accurate Luenell impression. She was in Borat, for those of you who don't know.
She's the little blonde hair girl. Everybody calls her Thick Cisco. She looks like Cisco the rapper, but
Cisco.
thick. And she is in a lot of stuff. Can you bring her picture up? Do you mind, Nick?
And then I ran into her to Montreal. Me and Steve Byrne were in Montreal, and I saw her at the bar drinking before a show.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up. I went, "Yo, Luenell." And she went, "Oh, you still in the business?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yup." She goes, "Oh, it's good to see you." She goes, "Let's get a drink." And we just sat and drank. And I was like, I thought you hated me. She goes, I love you. We're the same person.
Yeah, she says that we're the same person. That is really good.
That's a good impression of Luenell.
You know what? She is a special lady, man. She always she'll let you make fun of her. She's really cool, and she always laughs. She's really cool. She is a sweet lady.
She's great,
She
man.
killed it in Borat too.
Dude, she's killed it in she's been in a lot of shit. And her stand-up's fucking legit. She sells out everywhere.
I think she does sell out everywhere. All right, let's take a couple of questions that came in.
Yeah, great.
Before you get.
Do you put the headsets
and also
on?
you have a new special.
New special on Netflix called Secret Time, airing August 24th. After August 24th, it's streaming every day.
Wow. Every day, boy.
All
Let's
right.
get in and put these on. Ooh, here's a little shorty right here.
What's up, Viovon podcast of this past weekend? Jess Abram here. Question for Bert Kreischer. Dude, you got little teenagers now, bruh. Are you worried about them boyfriends coming over? Like, seriously, has it happened already?
No.
That's a good question. That girl's cute.
There's one boy that my daughter has a crush on.
Who is he?
I can't say his name because I don't want to blow up her spot.
What's his last name then?
I can't say that because that'll definitely blow up his spot.
Okay, first name only.
No, I can't. But
What's his middle name? If you had to guess what his middle name is.
I don't know. Probably like one of the Lincoln.
Okay.
And so, all the moms were like, I think Georgia's got a crush on him.
George?
Georgia,
your daughter, right?
And I was like, really? And at first I got defensive, and then I thought, I like this kid. Like, if this is her first crush, if this is her first kiss, this is the right kid, because he's a little nerdy. And then we were all at this thing, and I said to him, I was like, hey, we're all going back to my house to barbecue, and all the parents are going to come back, but I'm going to take the kids back. Do you want to come over and come swimming with us? And he was like you could see it, like that he was like, yeah. And so I was like, come on, why don't you? And we all rode bikes together over. We all went swimming, and we got there, and he didn't have a bathing suit. He's like, can I borrow a bathing suit, Bert? And I was like, yeah. So I went and got him on my like a size 40 bathing suit. This kid like tied it 9 times, and then went swimming with us, and you could just see him uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, I'm cool with this kid. Yeah. He's not the dick who's like, yo, what's up? I heard your comic. You know Chris D'Elia? And you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, you know Chris D'Elia tried to fuck my sister.
Yeah, he tried to fuck.
Dude, every kid I meet, Chris D'Elia tried to fuck their sister. How crazy is that? But here's the funny thing, bro. Dude, that reminded me, they had this dude in our neighborhood, and I had a crush on his daughter, and if you liked his daughter, this man wanted to see your dick, but not in a way where he's a pedophile. He wanted to make sure you didn't have a big dick if you were going to fuck his daughter. How crazy is that?
The times have changed, man. I remember playing.
And he was an Elvis impersonator.
For real?
Yeah.
So wait, how did he want to look at your dick?
Just from far away, like 8 to 10 feet away, you would just drop your trunks and fucking show him.
That's definitely sexual assault.
I don't think it was. I didn't feel assaulted. I felt like he was honest about it, and he's like, I'm not letting anybody spend time with my daughter just got a big dick.
I remember there was a dad.
I was like, well, look at this little thing. And he's like, you're good, man.
I remember there was a dad.
But I had to really put a bunch of cold water on it first to make it look
Yo, you had to
small
make
for
it
him.
look small for him?
Dude, I had to literally hide a piece of ice between my dick and my fucking nuts to make it even smaller.
I do that sometimes. There's a dad in our neighborhood who you'd play horse with him, and if you lost the letter, instead of losing the letter, you had to kiss him. I remember being like,
okay, bro, that's
I remember
illegal, bro.
No shit. But back then, you just didn't know. You're like, I gotta kiss his dad.
Would you kiss him lips or small of his back?
I don't remember. I want to say on the cheek, but maybe sometimes on the lips. I don't remember.
Oh, damn, dude. That's even gay. Is that gay or just fucked up?
I don't know. I remember you definitely did not want to miss shots. It really made competition fucking intense.
Bro, his team shot 70% from 3-point range.
I remember he'd make a shot and everybody would be like, fuck. Get the chapstick out. Yeah.
That's a great one, man. That's a great call in. Thank you, young
That girl
lady.
was beautiful, too.
Yeah. Pretty girls out there on the internet. Any more?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Derek Renz from Kansas City. So, Bert, still the partier. What has been your lowest of lows when you party, other than the time that you threw up IPAs all over yourself in the shower? All right, thanks, guys. Gang, gang.
This guy knows me.
Yeah.
Well, I got a handful of lows. I got a handful.
Give us one.
Give
us a good one.
I'll give you 3
You
quick.
got it. There we go. Good.
Doug Stanhope's house in the rape trailer.
What's his house like?
It's a compound. It's like 5 different houses.
Are there guns out there?
No gun. I mean, none out there that I saw.
And does he have SWAT or anything like that, or it's just him and Bingo?
No, it's him, Bingo, Shaylee. It's everyone. It's everyone. It's like, and then they have friends. They have people that are passing through town, and we party like for 3 days straight. Like I don't think I barely went to bed. And I woke up the day I had to go home Monday morning, but I woke up like Sunday night at like 4 a.m, and we're not leaving till 8. And I spent 4 hours in that trailer just being like, man, you got to clean your fucking life up. You are not, I'm like almost shaky, like just sweating, but not sweating. And it's not even hot and just uncomfortable. And then got up and was walking around outside and your eyes weren't working right yet.
Damn.
That's one. I've had a couple of those in I had one of those in Fiji. I had one of those back in the States after coming back from Vietnam, where it's like flying way too much and staying up way too much, and you're going on like this fire and hot energy. But then I think the worst ones I've ever had were coming off of Coke. I'll tell you this. Feel free to try Coke. But I will tell you, man, the next day off of Coke for me is so unbearable. I would never even toy with the drug because I am shaky, my heart's racing, it's skipping beats, I'm having panic attacks, I hear things super sensitive, and I'm thinking, why did you do this? For what? So you could play darts better? Like, that's it? So yeah, anytime. New York, I remember a time in New York that after I did coke with a bunch of models over at Jordan Rubin's house.
Wow.
And then I remember one time after Mardi Gras, coming back from Mardi Gras, and the drive back from Mardi Gras, we had brought an 8-ball home with us. But you start panicking. You're driving through the South in the 90s. If you were found with coke back then, you went to jail. You went to jail. Now, I guess you still do.
You could get killed back then if they found coke.
Yeah,
They'd fucking cut your head off and do the coke right off your back right there on the side of the road.
Dude, thank God that drug's out of my life.
They used to, sometimes they'd paint people black and then fucking kill them. How crazy is that?
That's pretty crazy.
That's fucked up, man. It's an old Southern trick.
What is it called?
Huh?
What's it called?
I'm not sure. Black and, I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it has a name. It's illegal, though, and I can't believe I even remembered it. Makes me kind of sad to think about that.
It's called Yankee Flip Flop.
I don't know. It could be. But it's highly illegal and it's wrong, dude. And it's cultural appropriation by white people, too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Technically, by definition. What else we got?
Hey, Theo Vaughn. This is a question for Bert Kreischer.
Okay, what?
My question is, when he takes his shirt off on stage, is that his signature trademark, like Rodney Dangerfield, I have no respect? Because when I see him at the Comedy Store on the regular, it seems like as soon as that shirt comes off, the energy level in the crowd, his energy level goes from like 0 to 100 real quick.
It's accurate.
Do you think it does something? It's like a it's so funny. We were talking about Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Rodney King.
He called him.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, yeah.
The caller called him Ronnie Dangerfields, though. So.
That's true.
Rodney Dangerfield.
He also called him Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
So this guy's
fucking
fucking
Segura.
This dude obviously doesn't use all the vowels.
Yeah. Well, the second I take my shirt off, I started taking my shirt off because I get on the road and I just get depressed.
Yeah.
But if I took my shirt off, it made me giggle. I just thought it was ridiculous.
I could see that 100%.
Yeah. And so I took my shirt off, and then one night I left it off, and I was like, oh, fuck it. And then I started doing it all the time, just take it off and leave it. And it was like just funny. And people were like, I remember people in the front row being like, I can't believe your shirt's still off. And I'd be like, yeah, I know, right? And then at the store, sometimes I swear to God, if I usually don't take my shirt off in the OR. I won't take my shirt off in the belly room. But in the main room, if it's a big show and it's sold out, I do feel like there are people that travel from around the world to come to the store to see their favorite comics. And if I happen to be one of the ones they wanted to see, they definitely want to see me with my shirt off. And I want them to have that experience.
Yeah.
And it's like if you see Joey Diaz, you want to hear him come out and go like, what's up, cocksuckers?
Yeah.
You want to see him murder in the main room, right? Now in the OR, if he's going to fuck around and work on shit, that's what the OR's for. But in the main room, you want to see him bring thunder.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I take my shirt off, Rogan said it to me last week. He was like, man, the second that shirt comes off, they lose their fucking minds.
Yeah.
I was like, I know, it is crazy. But I think that energy, that fucking roar when I rip my shirt off, definitely raises my energy too.
Right.
And I think it makes me have more fun on stage.
Do you feel like it is, but so, because I, like, these days I'll come out and, like, people are pretty excited and stuff like that. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I can sustain this level of energy at the beginning of the show.
Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
The second I take my shirt off, I'm there. And then I feel really, I think it's because I work that way on the road, so I feel more comfortable. And I'm like, and I don't feel like I'm in LA. Like I don't feel like I have to be. I'm not in a suit. And so I've had some really fun sets as of late at the store, but they've all been shirtless. Even the ones up in the belly room with your shirt on, that's fine. They're still fun as shit.
Do you sense a special where you re-robe? You know?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see it happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get ripped. I'm going to get fucking ripped.
Are you really?
Yeah.
No way.
Well.
Sorry. No, I mean, you could, but I don't know. I don't
think I can, but I'm going to see.
Al Roker lost weight and I didn't like it.
I'm not going to lose weight to that point, but I would like to get just in shape enough where like, I wouldn't mind getting in shape enough where people are like, all right, time to put a shirt on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being there.
Ooh, yeah.
But like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just never wear a shirt again.
Would you ever go completely nude one day, you think?
I've been asked to do that. They have a show like that. I've been asked to do that.
I thought about it in the sense of just it would be so freeing to feel completely exposed and then to see what happens like when your brain knows that you're not, that there's nothing else to hide, kind of in a weird way.
I like being naked. I probably would enjoy that.
Yeah. Any more, Nick, that came in that were good?
Let's do one more, and then I think we got to get him out of here.
You got it. Thanks so much for coming in today, Bert.
Dude,
I really
thank
appreciate
you,
it.
man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, super cool.
This is great. I saw Michael Rosenbaum on here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great interview.
He's a neat guy.
He's a really great guy.
He's a really great guy.
I just had him on Something's Burning. When am I going to get you on Something's Burning?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a fucking great question. Yeah.
Hey, Theo Vaughn, what's up, dude? What's crack-a-lackin'? This is Brandon Hopper from Wichita, Kansas.
B-Hop.
So, I have a question for Bert. How was his experience on the Hot Ones? Watched that, too, and he had me cracking up.
That was I'd been a fan of that show for a long time.
Yeah.
I'd been, and Sean Evans will tell you this. I've been one of the first people to find it and start sharing it with everyone because I loved it. I love that show, and that's because I'm in hip hop, and hip hop is all they had on there. And I was like, oh, shut the fuck up, Redman. And so I had known so much about it that going into it, it was almost a tad bit anticlimactic. So I was I was analyzing things too much. But Sean does such a great fucking interview, like legit. His first question was one of the best questions I've ever been asked in my entire life. And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. And I really felt like in those 10 questions he eats while you eat wings, he got some of the best answers I've ever given anyone out of anyone. Like, and I said fucked up shit and he took it out, like he kept it out. Cause I got, at one point when you eat they do get hotter. When you get to the bomb.
The Scully test or whatever it is.
The third to last, the bomb is just unbearable.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think his question was, have you ever said anything you regretted on podcasts? And I said everything I'd ever regretted because I couldn't think. And as I'm saying it, I'm like, I'm regretting this now. I'm regretting it again. And he edited almost all of them out.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was a really great experience. And dude, right after that, I texted everyone like, everyone's got to get on Hot Ones. This show's going to blow up. And I think everyone was like, what the internet? It's not the internet. I want a TV show. And then I remember Tommy hit me up and he's like, yo, how can you get me on Hot Ones?
Wow.
Right when he did his last special, and I hit up Sean. I was like, Sean, this is Tom, because I knew Sean.
Did he go on?
Yeah, he did. He did Hot Ones. And then the last question on Tom's one was, it was, Bert, if you could ask Tom any question, what would it be? And my question was, how does he make friends? Because he's so good at making friends. He's just so good. And then I wrote him, and then Sean said, tell him why you're his friend. And I wrote this really heartfelt message to Tom. And Tom, of course, such a dick, was like, yeah, I still fucking think I don't forget what he said, but it was still a slam on me. But that show's amazing. If you ever get a chance, man, fuck, that show's so great. That and the new Jesus and Miro is going to be a hot show to get on. When they go to Showtime, holy fuck, man. Those guys that's a fun fucking show.
I got to watch that show.
And Something's Burning on All Things Comedy. You got to come check it out.
Oh, yeah. I want to get in there and burn something.
Yeah, come on.
Dude, I wouldn't mind making like a, do y'all do desserts and stuff, or is it just like entrees?
We can do desserts. We can just do straight up desserts.
Because I don't like entrees as much as I like desserts.
Entrees?
Yeah.
I think entrees when you walk in the door. I think you're talking about entrees.
Yeah, dude, entrees. What? I fucking like desserts more, bro. Right now, I think when I get a little older, I could get back to entrees again.
Entrees.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Theo Vaughn, entree.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bert Kreischer, you can see his new special, Secret Time.
On Netflix.
Starting September 28th?
September 24th.
No,
August 24th. August 24th.
August 24th, which is super soon. And then anytime immediately after that. It'll be on right now. So you can go there right after this and check it out. Bert, thank you so much for being around, bro.
Thank you, brother. I love you, man.
I love
Thank
you
you
too,
for
man.
doing this.
We'll do it again soon.
Awesome.
All right.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. shine.